Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Magandang umaga sa inyo, mga kasama namin sa media at sa ating mga kababayan sa lungsod ng Maynila. We would like to update you on what have been reported by DOH regarding to one victim, as per report, victim of stabbing happened around 8:30 p.m. On September 21 along Recto Avenue. And if I may read this quick, then we'll start answering your question. At around 8:30 p.m., September 21, riots broke out at the intersection of Claro M. Recto and Quezon Boulevard. This is for purposes of geography, malapit sa Isitan, just across Isitan. During the riot, suspect Richard Francisco, 52 years old, a watch technician. As you all know, sa Recto maraming pagawaan ng relo, mga maliliit na tindahan. Claimed that minors were trying to damage motorbikes and his business along the said street. In his attempt to protect his own property and business, he tried to use a case knife, yung pambukas ng relo. However, this resulted in the death of victim Justine Serbo E. Ignacio, 15 years old, grade 10 student, living in Rizal, Taguig, Barangay Rizal, Taguig. After the video was sent to the Manila Police District and follow-up operation of Manila Police District, the suspect was properly identified by our enforcement unit, and the suspect Richard Francisco, voluntarily surrendered himself to the authorities at Barbosa Police Station along A. Bautista Street, corner Escaldo Street, Quiapo, Manila. Of course, the suspect was informed of his constitutional rights. And now, here we are. First, nalulungkot ako na may isa na namang magulang na umiiyak ngayon. Masakit mawalan ng anak. And I hope and pray for the soul of Justine Serbo Ignacio. Second, I hope ang mga kabataan talaga makinig kayo sa magulang nyo. May isang umiiyak na naman ng mga magulang ngayon. Nakakalungkot, but andyan na yan. Anong gagawin natin? Ang buhay, hindi natin may babalik. Pangatlo, bukod sa pakikiramay, paalala sa mga kabataan, o ito naman sa taong bayan. Sa mga mamamayan na nanonood, huwag natin ilalagay ang batas sa ating kamay. I know, mahirap, lalo na kung gusto mong proteksyonan ang iyong sarili at ang iyong mga naipundar na hanap buhay at gamit na sisirain lamang dahil sa riot or rumble. But we must continue to believe that the government and the men and women uniform of the police force will do their job. May namatay, nakakalungkot, meron ding makukulong, nakakalungkot. Madalit salita, wala. Isang malungkot na araw sa dalawang pamilya. Sa pamilya ng biktima at sa pamilya ng suspect. So muli ako'y taus-pusong nakikiramay sa pamilya ng isang taga-Taguig na dumayo sa Maynila at nag-participate sa riot doon sa September 21 incident. And here today, as we have said, no enough justification for any citizen na ilagay nila ang batas sa kanilang kamay. Kaya nandito ngayon sa inyong harapan si Richard Francisco. And I think this case is solved with regard to the said report. So, before I ask everyone, I open the discussion. Si Mr. Francisco, baka meron kayong tanong. I now open the floor.
Any question?
Hi po. Sir, Mads po from Letter 5. Sir, ano pwede mong pakikwento sa amin? Ano po yung nangyari ng gabi na yun na nagdahilan para po magawa po ninyo yun? Ano po yung action niya nung victim? Ano pong ginawa niya?
Una, nagkaroon mga kasama sa suki. Nagmasag sila ron. Pagdating sa karoon niya, nalalampas ko sa akin pisto. Binasag niya yung kinumpay yung motor. Sasama sana yung motor din yung motor. Kaya Mario. Medyo dumilin na yung ko kaya ang dami na nila eh. Ayaw, masundot ko. Hindi na nabigla lang ako eh. Hindi sadya.
Okay na po ba ilang beses po?
Isa.
I will send you I think Bambi will send them the video clips taken. That's why he was properly identified because of the video. Medyo kubera nyo lang dahil yung insidente hindi masyadong maganda. But I will give it to you. The evidence, we'll share it to you. The evidence, that's why he was properly identified. Next, please.
Oscar Wayne po sa GMA News.
Oscar.
Mr. Francisco, describe lang po kung maaari, no? Yung nakikita mo nung time na yun, kung bakit nag-deal yung panahon mo. Ano yung nakikita mo na parang?
Wala na silang yung pag dumating sila, wala na silang pakialam. Pagmakita nila mga sasakyan tinutukinan nila. Kumbaga, tinutumba, sinisira.
Sa gamit mo po,
Sa gamit mo, ang gamit ko kasi, malapit ka rin ba sa akin, kaya alam ko sa loob. Paglabas ko, yung ano nga, inano yung motor. Parang dumilig na rin yung biglaan. Hindi maano, parang daw, hindi ko sinadya. Kasi kung sadya talaga, marami, isa lang.
Yes, please.
So, Mayor,
Oscar.
Mayor, nakikipag-usap po kasi yung pamilya ng biktima o nakausap niyo ba?
No. The moment Director General of the Manila Police District, our district director, reported to me about the incident, and immediately itong anak ni Mr. Francisco, because he was identified by the Manila Police District o nakipagtulungan at inayos yung surrender. So inuna namin na hanapin yung suspect at may harap sa mata ng batas. And that's a update as of last night. And
Sir, Lawrence Tanhoco.
sure, Lawrence.
Sir, yung ganitong sitwasyon na parang ang dating is self-defense yung nangyari. Hindi ba?
Well, I don't know. I'm no judge, I'm no prosecutor, and I'm no lawyer. But that's the challenge, no? Yan ay isang malaking hamon sa isang rumble o riot incident wherein even ordinary people in a given situation will protect his family, property, and himself. Now, I don't know how far it will go, but habang tayo'y malayang under our Constitution, malaya natin maipahayag ang ating damdamin, at yan ay kinikilala ng pamahalang lungsod ng Maynila at iginagalang. But at the same manner, any citizen, for that matter, has also the right to protect his property and life. That's another story to tell. But it's up for the fiscal, or the prosecutor, and the judge to find out. But one thing is for sure, the case is closed and solved immediately.
Mayor, good
Yes.
morning. Trish po from DZMM. Bali po, doon sa naging rally po ng September 21, it is then po confirmed na at least mayroong isang fatality po doon sa incident. Kasi sinasabi po ng DILG Secretary, ay wala pong fatalities. Pero ito po ba yung fatality po ito? Ito po yung dun sa DOH na kinonfirm po.
Yes, when we heard the news, the report that there was a stabbing incident, of course, there are so many moving parts. Is this a stabbing incident like a regular day-to-day altercation of individuals, or this is a part of that incident happened in recto burning and destroying of private and government properties? That's another thing. Involved ba yung police? Siyempre, yun ang una natin kailangan alamin. It turned out, it's an ordinary citizen trying to protect his property and afraid of his life, caught in the middle of a chaotic, unruly rumble and riot. Ayun ang kaya andito siya ngayon. So hindi siya lespo, ordinaryong citizen.
Tanong ko na rin po, may mga kumakalat po kasi ilang video po sa social media. Meron pong incident, not sure po kung, as nasabi po sa comment, may updated po din, pero hindi po verified. May inakyat po doon sa taas po ng hotel. hotel na niransa. Dinala po yun ng mga polis, meron po sotabes yung mga polis po yung nakaitim. Pinanig po sa taas, as parang pinagbubog po ng mga hotel staff. May any reaction po kayo doon? So, naging action po ng polis, ano po dapat ang ginawa?
Well,
bakit po kaya pinanig sa taas instead of sa prison total?
If I were them, I will file a complaint. The family of the minor. But as far as I'm concerned, no report were given to me. And, you know, well, on the side, what if pinasok ka sa loob ng bahay mo? Will you protect your family and home? Kaya talagang pinaiiwasan talaga yung unruly rally. Kasi maraming moving parts yan eh. But as far as I'm concerned, to answer your question, wala pang reported sa amin. These are all claims, the same claims that there are 30 dead. Remember, let's be honest to ourselves. We've been receiving chat group pictures, communicating to each other, and even in the commentary section, paano daw yung 30 pinatay? We take it seriously. Of course, alam mo, pag nag-iimbestiga ka, kahit na maliit na bagay, binibigyan mo ng atensyon as much as you can, or what you call elimination process, what is truth and what is not. So the simplest way to do it, if there is 30 people who died, is to look into our morgue or even in our hospital, private and public. Wala naman eh. Wala naman 30. Ang hirap itago nung 30 namatay. Kaya sa mga kabataan, ingat lang tayo pagka-share ng mga ganito. Kasi these are sensitive informations. It may destroy lives, no? By vaguely or unsubstantiated claims against any person. Delikado yan. Hindi to joke, no? Nakita nyo, pag napapanood natin yung parang laro sa kanila. But you know, ulit-ulitin ko, ang taong bayan, may karapatan din na proteksyonan ang kanyang sarili at ang kanyang bahay at pamilya, ang kanyang pag-aari. Kaya lang, panawagan ko sa mga taga-Maynila, let us not put the law in our hands. Let's continue to believe that the Manila Police District, your police district, will do their job.
Last question po, Boss.
Sure.
Morning, Mayor. Mayor, ang reaction na lang po doon sa panawagan sa inyo ng militante group na nag-rally sa LTV na palayain po daw yung mga inaresto. Kapag hindi raw pinalaya, ay mas malawak na paglabag sa lansahan ng kanilang gagawin. Ano po yung reaction?
Anong basis of release? If there is a basis for release, okay lang. Are they guilty of destroying public property, threat to the citizen? It's up for the judge. Are they suspect? Yes, they are considered suspect. 192 of them. Were they arraigned? Yes, they were arraigned. Then, karapatan naman nila kumuha ng abogado. Now, if I'm not mistaken, those 14 years old below is now under or been submitted to the custody of DSWD. Wala naman akong kapangyarihan na magpalaya ng tao ng suspect. Even the president of this country, wala kaming kapangyarihan. Palayain yan, palabasin yan. Pagka meron namang citizen na marunong-runong, ano naman ang kasong kakarapin ko? Kaya, ang leksyon, tatanda naman na yung iba na yun. Ang leksyon talaga, maging responsable ka sa sarili mo. So, tulungan na lang nila. I encourage them to help the family to defend those suspects. 192 of them. Yes.
Mayor, si Grant Hilario po from Poporadio.
Sure.
Last time po ay nabanggit niyo po na mayroong ex-politician and Filipino Changes Funder yung nasa likod na possible na nasa likod na.
These are possibilities based on raw and sketchy report.
Yes. Pwede pa malaman namin ngayon mas malinaw or confirmation kung sino yung
malalaman din niya siguro kung meron talagang katotohanan yan o wala. Dahil kung makikita nyo yung interview ko kay Karen Davila yesterday, that particular cases will be charged to those suspect. Tapos nakita mo sa baba, nung binabanggit ko, the word to be determined. Ibig sabihin, there is an ongoing investigation and how far it can go. As of the moment, they are person of interest as instigator and can be charged of sedition. Kasi may isa pang babae doon sa Ayala Bridge. Ngayon na kasi lumalabas yung mga video binibigyan niya ng direktiba para sunugin yung truck. Maraming ginagawa pa. Kino-compile pa yung mga videos and datas. But, well, we'll see. Natin. Total, I think nagbigay na ng direktiba si Secretary Remulla ng DILG to further investigate. But for now, one at a time. Those who committed rumble and riot that caused damage to public property and private property and serious physical injury. Ayun. Second, there is an incident of death, confirmed report. Anong action taken by the city and Manila Police District? Find the suspect. Now, the suspect surrendered voluntarily and here he is. And hopefully later on, yung tanong mo, mahanap natin. Sure. May alas 11 kasi ako.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Siguro na-miss ko lang. Pero meron daw tayong initial damage assessment.
Good question. Yesterday, umabot na sa humigit kumulang 10 million pesos ang damage. Sogo, MMDA, City of Manila properties. 10.4 more or less, but more than 10 million. May breakdown na. Now, the challenge is, hindi naman kagad mapalitan yung stoplight ng MMDA because it's a unique product. Hindi naman yan available lagi sa Mercury Drug o sa hardware. So it will take time to put back all those. Chairman Artes is doing his very best to change or palitan yung mga nasirang gamit ng MMDA. So more or less about 10 million pesos. It's a good question. Buti na tanong mo.
And very last na lang yung Mayor.
Sure.
Si Sec. John Picrimuli ng DILG. Sinabi mo wala talaga nagpuputo. Hindi Manila Police District, sinasabi na wala rin nagpuputok ng baril sa akin ng pulisan. Pero dun sa video from explain yung mga kalalaking may hawak na baril. Ano po ba sa'yo? Mga civilian ka sila? Or other in plain clothes? Paano kayo yun?
Basta ganito ang rule. I don't know. As far as I remember, the rule sa rally, ang police has to be uniform for proper identification. I don't know if there is a law that requires them that if you are participant in the peace and order situation in a rally, you must be in uniform so that you will be properly identified. So kung civilian, that's kailangan imbestigahan. Kasi bakit? Alam mo, meron din tinatawag sa rally what you call infiltrator. At ang trabaho, agitator. They will infiltrate a peaceful rally for some political beliefs or economic reason. Somebody maybe ordered them. Ito lang mga senaryo. We have to open our minds of the possibility. They infiltrate, instigate, agitate the environment, and maybe can provide some materials to those individuals. Lalo pa pag nakikita mo madaling utuin. Ang tawag doon starter. Ang tawag namin sa Rumble, starter. Those are possibilities. Now, kung yun ay police o hindi, I really don't know yet. But as a matter of general rule, walang police na makikihalubilo basta-basta sa gitna ng mga rallyista na kakasibilyan. Makukuyog yun. Usually, nasa front line. Divided yung line. But anyway, we'll look into it. And reports will be made naman. And hindi naman tumitigil pa yung MPD ngayon. Kaka-review. May isa pa kang tinitingnan namin yung sino yun? Supply? Sino ba yun? Instigator? Hindi na pagkikita ngayon Pero maraming mga insidente na hinikayat niya yung mga bata. Kawawa naman yung mga bata. Kita niyo yung mga magulang. Nag-iiyakan. Kita niyo yung mga magulang ngayon. Ang hapdi ng puso. Napuyat. Nag-aalala. Dahil lang dito sa mga, alam mo, okay naman akong geng-geng. Gusto nyo, 2 joints tayo. Walang problema. 2 joints. Chill-chill ka lang. Okay lang. Self-expression. Showing your talent. I don't mind. Pero to agitate and create chaos as an influencer, that guy Supaply can be held liable also. And I told sa Monte, sabi, paimbestigahan nyo nga yan. Kasi may mga video yan na parang nag-agitate siya ng mga bata. Como siya ay sikat na influencer, nagamit niya in a bad way. Ito, kita nyo mga nahuli namin, di ba? Tagig. Ano nyo naman, napansin nyo Mandaluyong, Parañaque. Kawawa yung mga bata. I think ikaw yung nag-interview sa mga magulang. You were there, no? Sa MPD. You see, nakita mo yung pag-aalala ng magulang? Yung hinagpis ng magulang? Sana nanonood yung mga kabataan. Is it worth it na pahapdiin natin ang puso ng nanay natin at tatay natin? Is it worth it? Kita ninyo, nung nasa Hoyo, yung mga bata ngayon, bumisita ba yung, sino yun? Supaply? Binisita ba sila ng barkada nila, ng kaibigan nila? Sino nag-aalala sa labas ng kulungan? Magulang. Kaya mga bata, ang magulang nyo, walang masamang iisipin para sa inyo. Makinig kayo. Kaya, yun lang ang panawagan ko. Huwag tayo magpadalos-dalos. Kasi sayang ang buhay, sayang ang kinabukasan. Makinig kayo sa magulang nyo. Mahalin nyo't maswerte nga kayo. Meron pa kayong magulang. May mga taong ulila na. Mahalin nyo nanay nyo. I've seen your interview. I really feel bad as a parent. I really feel bad as a parent. But again, we need to do what we have to do to protect the interests of the general population.
Dito na tayo
Okay.
tapos, ha? Pasensya na. Thank you, guys.
Sorry, paparating na si Ambassador. Muli, maraming salamat. Congratulations sa MPD for resolving this case. Thank you.